I do like Tesla, yeah. Tesla's complicated because it's very sentiment driven as much as it is value driven. Yeah, maybe today will be the day for ADMA, but like I said, I'm out on Thursday either way. You gotta set limits to your trading, you know? If you think something's gonna go up in a week, you find yourself stretching that to a month, you're not really a trader. I don't think Apellis is a short, unless I'm right about that patent. But when we bought ADMA, we said that we would expect the rebound to happen within a week. Now, if it's going up, like, I don't think we should stick to an arbitrary time frame, but if it's kind of the same price and it's dead, then I think it's time to kick it to the curb and move on. I won't sell all of it. I want to keep a little bit just because I like the stock in general. Yeah, I think robotaxi, all their stuff is real. I think that if you're still denying and doubting Elon Musk at this point, I don't know what to tell you. You're drinking some serious haterade. You really need to normalize earnings, because if you don't treat earnings as a moving object, then you're definitely doing it wrong. So you kind of have to normalize it for like, okay, well, what does this company look like? I like to use the word steady state. Kind of comes from physics or chemistry, but like, you know, in equilibrium, like what does this company look like? Bitcoin's really sending, huh? My thought is Satoshi uses Gödel, and he just has one screen with the Bitcoin as his focus element. The whole screen, that's it. And that's from his like underground layer, it just looks like that. Yeah, that's a good question, William. I think there's probably up to 20% of Bitcoins lost and gone forever, maybe even more. There are many, many, many diggers of gold, and there are very, very few shovel makers. And it's kind of odd. And I'd rather be a shovel maker. When there's tons of shovel makers, I'd rather be a digger. Digger, D-I-G-G-E-R, not what you're thinking. BioMarin is a great company. I'm not sure it's a great stock anymore. ADMA's at session, looks like session highs. So yeah, it's been dumping in general, but maybe it's forming a bottom, we'll see. All right, so Ambicus has a bunch of different drugs. One of them is called Galafold. Not even sure this drug works, to be honest. It's kind of a meme. Yes, some drugs are memes. It's true. I'm prescribing you a meme. Here you are. This meme molecule. How many meme moles is it? I think this is something probably most software founders struggle with at some point. How is my work contributing to society? I have the roundest buttons. When the user has their choice, the display of what HTML element, which controls the actions of JavaScript, they can choose between ugly CSS and ugly HTML, or beautiful CSS and beautiful HTML. We make the world more beautiful. I think there'll be more computer programmers than ever. These idiots that think that AI is going to replace us all are not correct. In my opinion, I mean, I could be wrong. That's why I'm really nice to AI. So they made a movie about this company called Extraordinary Measures. It's not a great movie, but it's about a real guy who is the CEO and founder of this company. Yeah, definitely you can work in finance with a CS degree. That's what most new people in finance have. Just get like very used to dealing with time series data. And I would do it in like every language. Master all the data structures for time series. Oh wow, why is ASML? Oh my gosh, NVIDIA, the whole semiconductor supply chain is down huge right now. What's going on? There must be some news. Well, I guess stock was a record high just yesterday, right? So, but something's happening. We have anomalies, huge anomalies there. It's weird. China chip restrictions. So, just a supply chain war. I think you'd buy this just because new administration could come and reverse any stupid decision. So keep that in mind. I don't think they put out guidance yet, did they? Oh, ASML did report. Just crossed the wire. That's really why these stocks are down now. So maybe I take it back. I would not buy the dip necessarily. If you don't have any management skill, then I wouldn't dare do more than one thing. It's probably going to be hard to even do one thing, to be honest. The organizational dysfunction is literally the only thing that kills startups. Well, the big problem I have with Ambicus is that migalastat's going to go generic. Nobody's talked about that. Their patent's long expired. And then the Pompe drug is certainly not like some miracle. You want to look at some stocks? Let's look at some stocks. I don't think the drug, this got to be a meme, right?
we supposed to short this? Bright Minds Biosciences. That's not even a US company? Oh, word. Oh, they're doing 5-HTs. Nobody needs these drugs other than 𝗠𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 apparently. Yeah, I mean, Arena tried the 5-HTs. They didn't work that great. I don't know what 𝗠𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 sees in them. And this is what fenfluramine does. And I don't think fenfluramine sold pretty well. Oh, was it? I didn't even know that medicine. That's hilarious. Probably worth more than Arena. Yeah, the news is a similar company got bought out. 6 million cash. That was September. 3 million shares. Share price now, like 32. I bet you it goes up more. I'm not saying buy it, but I bet you it goes up more. I'm not saying buy it, to be clear. Oh, Pfizer spun it out. Oh, interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Somebody had 70K in it last night in our Discord, so that person's now, I guess, up 700K. Good for them. All right, let's look at this tape. Keep your eye out. News is coming. Yeah, I mean, look, these things happen sometimes. They'll come out and take everyone by surprise. Can't cry over every stock you missed, but maybe we should have checked it earlier and bought it, because I remember this ticker, but it used to be a meme. I didn't have the time. We had a corporate meeting to do, so I didn't get a chance to look at it. I mean, that's why you keep this Excel sheet and you keep it always updated. You have every biopharma on this list. You're always catching up with them, reminding yourself, okay, who are those guys again? Oh, yeah, I know those guys. Take meetings with all of these companies. I'll be showing more of the IBKR account, but every time I send money to it, it's like a week for the money to clear. I'm just sitting here like, you should credit my account right away. Well, the company that had drug before was a real meme, so that's why I didn't take it seriously. I figured it was the same company, but it was a brand new company.
Bruh.
Nah, ain't no dude giving me no 𝗥𝗘𝗢𝗏, man. Drug is just some weird meme stock, I guess. Drug is pumping because a very similar company got bought out. Now, if I have to say that again, I'm going to be mad. Supposedly, this one's a good long. This comes from one of my colleagues who's one of the best investors I know. But, you know, we don't always agree. So, let's just call him Gary with the silent R. So he likes this stock a lot. I don't know, he just might be. This is one of those stocks where I guess if the CEO quit, it would go up. Once it says AB at the end, I'm all in. Monoclonal antibody. MAB. Yeah, balance sheet is not the best sign for value. It's kind of what's called book value. Can you disrupt cancer cell division with electric field? Not really. And if you are, you're probably going to kill all the other cells too. I did look at 𝗍𝗏. I think it's a short. I think it's a disgrace. Wow, revenue growth is really strong for this company. And they get 5 years no matter what. I think this is not like that old of a drug. It's been in development forever. It's not a big market cap at this price. It's still like 100-something million market cap. People are going to put more money into this in a secondary, and then they're going to raise even more. Amylyx. Isn't Amylyx proven to be a scam? I've been talking about Amylyx being a scam. 13, you see, this is the problem I have. A lot of you people, okay? Guy goes, is 1,300% justified though? See, I once changed the price of a drug product that caused a lot of controversy. And people said, oh, how can 5,000% be justified? You have to look at where it was before. You can't just look at the percentage and say, oh, that's a big percentage, derp. You understand this company had like a 10 million market cap before. 10 or 15 million market cap, and it went up 10x. So now it's 150 million market cap. That's still not a lot. Market cap is the value of the company. If the company's worth $1 billion, then it going from 10 million to 150 million really isn't that big of a deal. How do magnets work is actually very complicated. It's really not that simple. It's a very early stage company. If the company can become a $1 billion company, which a similar company just got bought out for $1 billion, then the stock will be 400. That's why it's up. No, it's not a short squeeze. Nobody short the stock. No, it's not time to short drug melee. No, we're going to add a short interest momentarily. I actually don't know the details, but if the agent they have is as real as it sounds like, there's still upside. I mean, it's like I said, it's pure got bought out for $1 billion. So I will say the volume's a little crazy, but they will do an offering, right? They have to do an offering immediately, but might be competitive to get in that offering. They'll sell, I don't know, they'll sell 3 million shares. Yeah, that'll cool the stock off a bit. Yeah, and I mean, they might raise at $25, right? Which will really cool off the stock. But it's a fear. I don't think too many people are interested in shorting 100 million market cap. Let me see the financials one more time. Maybe they have more shares outstanding than I think. I mean, they're definitely in the clinic. Yeah, 4 million shares outstanding. Canadian dollars. Yeah, they need capital really bad, but they'll sell a couple million shares and get it. 3.7 million shares. The only thing is they don't have an ATM, but I wouldn't be surprised if they sell, like I said, 2 or 3 million shares. Stock drops to maybe 30, 25, and then who knows? But I could see it go to 300 million market cap, which is $50 on 6 million shares. I remember shorting Mayes the last 10 years ago. It was such a meme. All right, so TGTX. What I heard is the people don't like the CEO. Which, look, sales are going up like crazy. Like the guy, don't like the guy. It's one thing that matters in this life. Okay, so you can see the revenue. 8, 16, 25, 43, 51, 73. Oh wow, drug just hit 50. All right, now maybe. Yeah, maybe drug might be a little quick little short at 50. Maybe 55. Yeah, definitely TM. I've met a lot of great companies with bad CEOs. And I fired a lot of them too. Are we going to see 50 or 60 from drug? Y'all hated and lied at 35. Y'all hated at 40. Now, eat it at 51. Here, have a spoonful of that. Oh yeah, I got another spoonful for you. Don't worry. Here, wash it down with this galaxy gas. 52. What up? 2,000%. 53. What up? You're not buying this, you stupid. Just for the meme. This thing probably gonna get to 100. I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it. It's probably getting to 100. No, it means that drug is valuable as well. It's just not how it works in pharma. In pharma, like 10 companies can do the same thing and all make money. 55. I don't think it's gonna hit 350. I think you're gonna have 6 or 7 million shares outstanding. It's probably an okay short up here if you can hold on for a few days and you have liquidity and you're not gonna get stopped out or start crying. No, I think it's like if 𝗠𝗏𝗡𝗢 is willing to buy Longboard for $1 billion and you can buy very similar molecules from drug for 300 million. At the time it was 10 million. So whatever 𝗠𝗏𝗡𝗢 sees in Longboard, clearly Lilly might see in drug or Pfizer or somebody else. Nonprofits. Nonprofits. We are not a nonprofit. Yeah, it's a lot like TIL. I'm trying to study TG Therapeutics with this stupid drug stock. We're watching it for fun. I'm not going to trade this garbage. It did hit 59. Easily raised some money with this massive pump. Okay, it failed. Failed 59, man. 56.5 is going right back down. It's going right back down. Okay, so they have some guidance here. That would mean not much sales increase for the rest of the year. They'll probably beat it though. At this rate, it's still massive growth, I guess. Yeah, just phase 3 results typically. I think 𝗓𝗏𝗡𝗢 is fine. I mean, it's cancer indication, right? I don't know why people wouldn't want to use biosimilar Rituxan. It'll probably last a bit. It's gonna have to be at least $1 billion before biosimilars really care. Drug is some small company that's developing a similar like 5-HT, I think it's 2C blocker, like fenfluramine, similar to Longboard. Yeah, 𝗙𝗏𝗡𝗢, that's not really medicine, you know? It's like random wannabes that want to think that they can extend their life. A lot of crypto bros. I think I like TGTX. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's probably okay. It's not that exciting. It's like even if they do $1 billion in revenue, I have to look at like biologics and see. So let's see, I assume they'll have 4 full years and then start to decline and still long. So it's probably decent long. But the question is, what will management invest? The value is too close. Like, with the value's too close and people don't like management, or like management's bad, sometimes it's good to avoid the stock even if it looks like it could be valuable. They call it a value trap sometimes. Drugs rival or similar company to drug got acquired. That's what happened, right? How many times you gotta ask? Yeah, the financials don't matter that much until the drug's FDA approved or something like that. Then eventually you have to start worrying about that kind of stuff. But will the drug even get approved? That's the key.
Yeah, I think this ASP isotopes is a meme, but let me look at some more real companies. I do want to look at healthcare, some of the healthcare IT guys. But why don't we look at some medtech? We've never looked at medtech. Thermo, Danaher, Abbott, Medtronic. Abbott's this like legendary company. It's funny that AbbVie is so much bigger than Abbott now. Stryker's done really well. So is Intuitive. Those stocks and doing well, I don't know. I think it's over for Lilly, to be honest, but never say never. I mean, it's a great company. It's just the stock's up so much. Abbott was one of the first stocks I look at, and it had, Abbott has a ton of competitors. Okay, we have a very weird item we're gonna use here, courtesy of OpenAI and ChatGPT. So yeah, Abbott has a couple of different products, or divisions. Yeah, I was in hedge funds for a long time before. Abbott has like 2 or 3 different divisions. So MedTech is their biggest division. There they compete with Johnson & Johnson, a few other companies, Medtronic. So what is MedTech? Well, yeah, I think that, turning a hackathon idea into a business is not always easy. So, okay, so we have rhythm management, so pacemakers, electrophysiology, like CRTD. Yeah, Trump's not that involved with the World Liberty Financial thing. I mean, he basically looks at it like endorsing a consumer product. He doesn't know the difference, basically. He just wants like a royalty or like a paycheck. Like, he doesn't want to take an active role in it, Rhythm is, I think, ICDs, and electrophysiology is pacemakers, or it's the other way around. I'm not sure. Heart failure, structural heart, and vascular. So these are like valves and many other. No, this is all med devices. So this is their biggest division. It's about 40% of revenue. Diabetes is the biggest, so that's continuous glucose monitoring. Freestyle is their product there. Then vascular, then rhythm, then electrophysiology, then heart, structural heart, then heart failure, then neuromodulation. So that's 40% of their company. They compete with Dexcom and diabetes. So let's go drop this down. Yeah, there's a bunch of great biotech stocks. I've recommended a number of them. Here's a small list of my recommendations, and it's on my GitHub if you want to follow that. But I recommended ADMA, Legend, Moderna, Rocket, GPCR, Neurocrine, Scholar Rock, so that's 7 right there. Ultragenics, that's 8. Corvus, 9. YMAP, Calvista, Jazz, Iova, Tarsus, which is up quite a lot. That's it. And Intellia, yeah. So there's 15 recommendations in biotechs. I also recommended a lot of shorts too. Freestyle Libre, sensors, test strips, and that competes with Dexcom, right? Okay, now number 2 was what they say? Vascular, right? Vascular. Okay, so stents or vascular. So Xience drug-eluting stent, the StarClose, PerClose, vessel closure devices. So
What kind of vessels? Like a patent for 𝗏𝗏𝗏 or wound closure? We have to take a look. Cabbage? Let's see. So what do the star clothes and pearl clothes close? They're closing something. What are they closing? Who knows? This is a percutaneous suture. Ah. Interesting. Celadon? You're talking about CLDN Celadon? Like from 6-7 years ago? I made about 15 million on that one. Yep, I remember. Good old heart failure gene therapy. Well, I don't know, I shorted like 300,000 shares and I was long like 5,000 puts. You know, it's 50% for the short-term capital gains. So I made 15 million, I had to give 7 to IRS. Whoop-de-doo. Shorting is a form of investing, trading. All right, so rhythm is pacemakers and ICDs. Oh, it's both. I wish my father had an ICD, he'd still be with us. He's very unlucky. A lot of these products are kind of all the same. You're right, James Bond, I actually had a $4 million refund I had to negotiate. And it was such a big tax refund, it had to be approved by Congress. An ICD is an intracoronary defibrillator, so it's like a bzzz, but it's inside your chest. So it waits for you to lose sinus rhythm and then right back. Then there's electrophysiology, and that's ablation devices. Tactiflex and the Tacticath ablation catheters. Then we have the flexibility irrigated ablation catheter. The 𝗫sight, which is a cardiac mapping system. Now heart failure, this is a funny one. HeartMate LVAD, which was supposed to be big, and then I think got recalled. Then you have CardioMEMS, which is heart failure pulmonary sensor. Pulmonary artery sensor, at least. And then we have CentroMag, and finally structural heart. Well, there's 2 more actually. Structural heart, which is MitraClip, that's the transcatheter mitral valve repair. This is like what Edwards does. Epic, which is, this is what Edwards does well, which is the aortic valve and mitral valve PFO occluders. They bought a company called St. Jude's a while back. St. Jude Medical. Yeah, St. Jude Medical. And Abbott bought them for massive deal. Yeah, so the PFO is a really interesting story. It's the foramen ovale is a small hole in the heart that we're born with. And it generally closes, but it doesn't close for everyone. It's very odd. Okay, so they have small neuromodulation division. I don't think it's nearly as big as Medtronic's. But they have the Proclaim spinal cord stimulator. I'm not sure why it doesn't close for some people, but it can cause migraines and strokes, some people think. But it's also kind of unclear that it actually does cause those things. But some people want it closed. Now they have Nutritional. I think Nutritional is pretty profitable. These are brands everybody knows. The big one is Similac. But they have others. They've got all the lacs. Then they have Ensure, which is a huge brand. Pediasure. And then enteral feeding health. Lucerna, Osmolite. Those are important in certain settings. But Nutritional is really big. Diagnostics. This has been a strange business for a lot of people. They have Alinity. I think they bought Alinity. And then they have, now we've got Established Pharma. So I'm guessing they'll spin this business off at some point. Because it's sort of a weird foreign pharma business. And it's a really bizarre thing. I think India is their biggest country. It's everything outside of the US. Pretty odd products. Creon is the only one I really know. And I kind of know every drug on the planet, so it's a little weird. I think some of these are named differently because they're outside of the US. Like Dufistan, I've never heard of that. Femostan is probably... Okay, Core Lab is actually really big for them. and then it's rapid, and then it's point of care, and then molecular. Molecular and point of care are pretty small, but core lab is around $5 billion a year. That's pretty big, and they're just selling to hospital labs and like LabCorp and guys like that. And then rapid is what we all know is like just different lateral flow tests like Binax and HIV test and stuff like that. Anything you could take very quickly without a laboratory. And that's the whole business. It's like one of the most beautiful, diverse businesses in America. I don't know why I find beauty in that. I just think it's such a cool fortress of a company. Legendary this company is. It's literally 125 years old. Imagine leaving a company like this to your children. $200 billion company. That's about one Elon worth. It is kind of funny that like probably hundreds of thousands of people have worked on Abbott Labs over a century, and all of it is equivalent to one Elon Musk. Yeah, it's an amazing, amazing company. And these are really high ROA business. I do think they'll be a quadrillion-dollar company. Partially due to inflation. Okay, I think I finally have caught up on the income statement for AbbVie for every quarter. Good for me. So here they had this period post-COVID where they had to like, obviously kind of have the hangover of the massive growth, but that hangover is annualized and they're not growing at all, which is crappy. So gross margin didn't really drop that much. I mean, in 2021, it bounced around. The average was 57. Then it was 56. Then 56. I mean, it's basically been 56 for the last 14 quarters. But I was going to do the annual and see if it dropped there. It's possible. I think they probably got a little extra okay, well, here's margin more annually. No, it's been like this rock solid 56 forever. I think you might have imagined that one. I do it too. Hate to short Abbott Labs, man. I guess I don't care. Companies aren't to like or dislike. You shouldn't be a fan of a company. It's not really, when you're an investor or a trader, that's not your job. Yeah, I don't like the valuation so far. That's why I'm sitting here saying, oh, I'd hate to have to short this. But I'm also sitting here like, who cares? It must be the cash that makes up the difference. But there's cash flow. Cash flow ain't that good. I was sitting here hoping, okay, maybe there's an answer from cash flow, but there is no answer to be found here. Cash flow's gone down for Abbott 3 years in a row. Now, part of that's COVID, but dog. Come on, dog. They've even bought a few companies. 8 billion, 9 billion, 8 billion, 5 billion free cash flow. Market cap, 200 billion. 7 in cash there, I guess 7-ish. That's it. 7 or 8 billion, so not much cash. Bunch of PP&E, but not much cash. And yeah, they got 13, 14 billion in debt, so maybe they've been just doing buybacks, but they gotta be putting the cash somewhere. This thing's a dog. I hate to say it, but it's a dog. These are just old, tired businesses. Like, how do you grow Similac? How do you grow Ensure, Pediasure? How do you grow diagnostics after COVID? How do you grow like rest of world pharma? I mean, there's some cool stuff going on in medtech, obviously freestyle, but freestyle is the reason the company is even flat. What a dog. And the valuation's insane.